Hello friends! On August 31st, 2025, the streets of Agartala witnessed a massive rally by Amra Bangali. Despite heavy rain, thousands came out with banners and slogans declaring, "Bengalis in Tripura are sons of the soil, not outsiders." But behind this one sentence lies a long history of migration, identity politics and conflict. Today, we will uncover the whole story, past, present and what it means for Tripura's future. On August 30th, 2025, Amra Bangali held a protest march in Agartala, alleging discrimination against Bengalis across India. On August 31st, the group held a rain-soaked rally with speeches from leaders like Gauranga Rudrapal and Tapomoy Biswas. They also organized a Bangali Bahini parade, where uniformed members marched through the city to showcase unity. Leaders accused authorities of trying to deport Bengalis by falsely branding them as Bangladeshis. Their central message was clear. Bengalis have contributed to Tripura since pre-independence days and cannot be treated as outsiders. Now the big question, are Bengalis really sons of the soil? To answer this, we must go back in history. Before independence, that is, before 1947, Tripura was a princely state under the Manikya dynasty. From the late 19th century, kings like Bir Chandra Manikya invited Bengali officials, teachers and clerks from British Bengal. By the 1930s and 40s, Bengalis were already deeply involved in administration, education and trade. So, Bengalis were present in Tripura even before Bangladesh existed. Partition of 1947 changed everything. When India was partitioned, East Bengal became East Pakistan. Large numbers of Hindu Bengalis fled communal riots in East Pakistan and settled in Tripura. Then, in the 1971 Liberation War, Tripura became a frontline state. Nearly 1.6 million refugees entered Tripura, and many never returned. This permanently altered Tripura's demographics. Before 1947, tribals were the majority, about 70%. After 1971, Bengalis became the majority, also around 70%. Indigenous groups like IPFT and Tipramota argue that the original sons of the soil are the Tripuri tribes. Large-scale Bengali migration led to land alienation, cultural erosion, and political displacement. They demand greater autonomy or even a separate state to protect tribal identity. On the other hand, groups like Amra Bangali counter that not all Bengalis came after 1947. Some have been here for over a century. Refugees from East Pakistan or Bangladesh were legally recognized by the Indian state. After 2 or 3 generations, they are citizens, taxpayers, and builders of modern Tripura. Calling them Bangladeshis insults their history and contribution. Tripura is a small state with a delicate demographic balance. Any claim of indigeneity versus outsider can spark communal tension. Amra Bangali rallies counter-indigenous movements, while tribal groups demand protection. Just a week before the Bengali rally, on August 23, 2025, the IPFT held its own rally in Agartala, reviving the demand for a separate tribal state. Both communities are now asserting their identity in public spaces. This issue isn't just confined to Tripura. Across India in the year 2025, we're seeing some similar patterns. In Assam, for instance, evictions of alleged Bangladeshi settlers are still ongoing. Then, over in West Bengal, protests have erupted against what some are calling anti-Bengali policies. And back in Tripura, the group Amra Bangali is using the same sons of the soil slogan that tribal groups use, creating a real clash of narratives. One of the most striking aspects of the August 31st rally was definitely the Bangali Bahini parade. Uniformed members marched in formation, almost resembling a private force. This raises a serious concern. Why does a political group need its own Bahini when Tripura already has the police, the CRPF, and the Indian Army? Legal perspective. In India, maintaining a private armed force or militia is generally illegal under the Arms Act of 1959 and the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of 1967. Only the state and central security forces have constitutional authority to carry arms or enforce law and order. Even a uniformed wing of a political group can raise suspicions, as it may be seen as an attempt to build parallel authority. Possible motives. There could be a few reasons for this. First, a symbolic display of unity, to show discipline and strength among supporters. Second, The self-protection claim leaders say it's to protect Bengalis from harassment and false deportation charges. And third, political messaging. It's a way to show rivals and the government that they are organized and visible. The risk. But history warns us, if tribal groups and Bengali groups both start building their own forces, Tripura could slide back into tension and violence, just like we saw in the 1980s through the 2000s. That is why security experts say the government must closely monitor such activities before they escalate. So friends, here's the truth. Yes, many Bengalis in Tripura originally came from what is now Bangladesh. But over decades, they became Indian citizens and an integral part of Tripura's society. At the same time, tribal communities lost land, power and identity, leading to deep resentment. And now, with the rise of groups like the Bangali Bahini, a new layer of tension is being added to Tripura's already sensitive identity politics. That is why in 2025, when Amra Bangali shouts, "We are sons of the soil," they are defending their right to belong. And when tribal groups protest, they are defending their right to survive as the original inhabitants. This is not just politics. It is a story of history, migration, identity, and power. So what do you think? Who are the true sons of the soil in Tripura? The original tribes or the Bengali settlers who became citizens? Tell me in the comments below. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history and current affairs.